Google Search Ads A/B testing tutorial. Let's jump right in. We have created a campaign, and under this campaign we have certain keywords, and under those keywords, ad groups, we have an ad. So how are we going to test this ad? First thing first, you want to decide and identify what you want to test. Is it the landing page? Is it the headline, which are these bad boys? Is it the final URL, which is the landing page? Or is it the descriptions? I rarely test descriptions personally, as a person who's been running ads in different agencies and working with Fortune 500 brands. And I rarely test these descriptions. I rarely see people testing certain descriptions. And I usually test headlines or a landing page, which are the major things people see when they see your ads. First thing first, if you want to test a headline, you're not going to know which headline actually made that difference or which ad actually made that difference, because these are the responsive search ads. And we're in 2025 almost, for God's sake. Here, you'd never know which headline actually made that impact. You might change this whole headlines, every one of them, and you might see different results. But if you want to have two separate ads running simultaneously under one ad group, you have to know what made that difference. To see that, I usually do in two separate ads, I always pin one headline in the first, so I know which made a difference. Or you can pin one headline in the first position and second headline in the second position. So you're basically guaranteeing this one will show first, this one will show the second. And this is almost guaranteed, but in the second ad, if you don't pin anything, Google will try to show the second ad more because you don't pin anything. Google likes to show the ads where nothing is pinned. They have more control. They show as much as variations as possible. They want to have the control themselves. When you want to pin certain stuff, they show the ads less and less. Keep that in mind when you're doing your A/B tests. So let's say we tested this, or let's not pin anything. We want to just pin car insurance. If car insurance is pinned in the first headline, and I want to test this ad against another ad, which is going to be, I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to create a duplicate. How are we going to do this? Copy, and we're going to come here again and I want to click paste. So this is going to create the exact same version of this ad. So I'm going to paste this under the same ad group, and I will say if ad already exists in the destinations, create a duplicate. Yes. All right, now the duplicate ad is created. Which one is the new one? The one that is bolder is the new version. So we're going to come in, click edit, and we're going to change certain stuff. As I said, guys, if you pin more than one headline in this one, they're going to show the ad that you selected with less pinned headlines more. So, and this is not going to be a proper A/B test. So what you need to do, you only want to pin the number of headlines that you already pinned on the other ad. So let's say instead of pinning car insurance, I want to pin something else. And I will compare get a quote in 2 minutes is a pretty good headline that I want to test in the first position. So we are testing properly. If I show this one in the first headline versus get car insurance in the first headline, which one is going to be more profitable for me? I'm going to save this ad as well. And if you see from here, you're not going to see which ad is which. So if you have a trouble like this, you can create labels. What I do here, I will just double check the first one that I created. Let's see which one it is and which headline is pinned. All right, this is get a quote in 2 minutes. So I will copy this. I will go back. So the first one is get a quote in 2 minutes. I will click here and I will create label. And the first label will be the exact one that I pinned. And you can put it in the description, pinned in the first headline. So this will be a great identifier for you, and you will apply this. So when you look at it in the ad level, you don't have to go into the ad every single time, because once you come to the columns and then come in label here, you will click on this and apply, and then you will be able to see get a quote in 2 minutes. As you can see, this ad is this. I know it without going into the ad. So when I see on the top level here, if I want to look at the data, this one get more conversions, this one has a higher click-through rate, I will be able to tell which ad performed better. You can do the exact same thing here, come in here and create a separate label. And in this one, we set, I think it was car insurance was pinned, car insurance, and you can say pinned in the first headline. You can use the labels like this. That really helps you. So this, you don't have to go into the ad every single time and see which change actually made that impact or what was pinned in the first headline. It just saves you time. You're gonna let it run for a while, and you want to have at least 100 clicks on each ad to make a conclusion. Without under 100 clicks, this is going to be statistically insignificant as a result. After you get 100 clicks on each ad, so approximately you will be spending, if the cost per click is $1, you will be spending around $200. Doesn't matter if it's 1 day, if it's 100 days, overall 200 clicks you need to get to decide which ad performs the best. And one more important thing, you want to go to the campaign level and come to the gear icon there. You want to go down and you see the ad rotation there. You want to click on this, and instead of optimize prefer best performing ads, you want to say do not optimize rotate ads indefinitely. So the reason we're doing this, we want these ads to show at least at the same amount of times. But if you do optimize and prefer best performing ads, let's say at the end of 4 days, one ad starts getting more conversions, and this Google ad account will show that ad which is getting more conversions more frequently. So at the end, so we won't be able to control do a proper A/B testing. If you want to do a proper A/B testing, you want to do not optimize rotate ads indefinitely. And again, as I said, $200 or 100 clicks on each ad will be optimal. So you're not going to see exactly 50% on each ad, because let's say you're using maximize conversion here. Let's save this one. If you're using maximize conversions as an algorithm, they will try to optimize your ads to get maximum conversions. In that scenario, one ad will get 60% of the budget, even though you choose do not optimize and rotate indefinitely. The other ad might get 40%, or 30-70, or 55-45. But if you choose this one, the scenario might be 80% to 20%, 90% to 10%. Keep in mind, this is not going to be an exact 50-50 distribution, but still we will be able to tell which ads were actually working better. And the important metrics you need to look at the end of this is going to be, so we have to go to the ad level, is going to be number one is click-through rates. The goal of testing certain headlines is actually seeing which ad is getting more clicks, because conversion rate is more of a landing page issue. So you have to fix your landing page. But of course, if your headline is super irrelevant to what your landing page says, and this is going to be impacting your conversion rate and reducing your conversion rate overall. So of course, the secondary metric, as I said, is going to be the conversion rate. If your conversion rate is higher on this ad, for instance, you might say this headline resonates more or better with my specific headline on the landing page, or specific copy on the landing page, or how it's designed overall. So the first metric is click-through rate. The second metric is going to be conversion rate. And look at that at the end of that, and you will pause that underperforming ad that has given you not so optimal results. After you pause that, you can do another test, test the winner one against another headline that you want to pin. You can do that. Secondly, you can do your A/B testing in the experiments level. What they would do, they will need you to have one campaign that is built, a search campaign, and this will be your control group. Let me show you what I mean. This will be the experiment that you will let Google do the A/B testing for you. So this experiment will be a custom experiment. And this custom experiment, let's click here. We want to do a custom experiment. It is going to be a search ads. We will continue experiment headline test. So it will ask you which of the base campaign you want to test that against. So you will say this campaign, and this will be headline test, and suffix of the treatment name, a headline test. You can put anything there. You can save and continue. All right, so they created a test campaign for you. All right, we're going to click on the campaign, and we're going to go to the ad level. As you guys can see, this is exactly the same ad that we already created. So instead of redoing the test under the ad group level, this is creating a totally separate campaign and doing the test that way. If you ask me, this is going to be more 50-50, because this is exactly, you're paying how much. Let's say you're paying $10, the other campaign will be $10. So they will split the budget accurately. You can just click edit and change whatever you want to pin here. For instance, the other campaign we pinned this one. Now we don't want to pin this in this test. We want to pin, let's say, car insurance only. So this is going to be in the test campaign that you are doing. This is the experiment campaign. And the control group that you created is already created and saved. All right, everything we did is ready to go. Now we come to schedule. Now we're going to schedule the campaign. They're going to ask you what type of goals you want to track at the end of this. The first one is going to be click-through rate, but you can see we don't have a click-through rate here. So instead of that, we're going to look at clicks, since it is going to have same amount of impressions, and want to look at the increase in clicks, and we're going to look at conversions. We don't have a conversion rate as well here, so we're going to look at increase conversions. Again, they're not going to give you a lot of metrics. They're going to show you this, and this is going to show you what type of budget split you want to see. Of course, if it's an A/B test, you want to see 50-50, and when you want to launch this and when you want to pause this. So enabling sync is something important. You want to enable the sync, because if you do a certain change and don't do that change in the experiment, you will still run that simultaneously without them being the same campaigns, and this will not be a proper A/B testing. For them to be proper A/B test, two separate campaigns, the control campaign and the experiment campaign, should be the same campaigns. And if you're happy with this, the end date, the start date, we're going to create the experiment, and this is going to get the same amount of traffic with the original campaign here. So this is the experiment. We go to the campaign level here, and we're going to say the exact same campaign that we have. This is the campaign that we just created, is going to have the exact same amount of traffic, 50-50, with the experiment we just created. If you want to see what that experiment is doing, go to experiments on the left hand side, and you will see the test being created. All right, hope this was clear. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will respond to your questions if you have any. See you again later.